Sir Arthur Eddington managed to publish an account of gravity as an electromagnetic phenomena in 1920. Academia does not accept this cause of gravity, however, so each new generation of physicists must rediscover it for themselves. Dr. Albrecht Geis of Germany developed the maths for this electromagnetic cause of gravity, but adds unnecessary particles in a theory of his own. Albert Einstein published General Relativity, a Theory of Gravity, in 1915. In it, he ascribed the cause of gravity to distortions of space-time around massive objects. But general relativity cannot be reconciled with quantum theory. Quantum physicists do not accept Einstein's version, but have no theory of their own. Many physicists now propose that neither general relativity nor quantum theory represent what is real in the universe. There must be a connection between relativity phenomena, gravity, and electromagnetism. The Lorentz version of relativity phenomena shows the link between relativity, gravity, and electromagnetism with no problem. Notice that relativity phenomena is an observed reality. Relativity theory is someone's guess about why that observed reality is real. During the time of Lorentz, most physicists shared the notion that the final irreducible constituent of all physical reality was the electromagnetic field. Lorentz showed at the turn of the 20th century that such an electromagnetic construction of material objects would necessarily produce all observed relativity phenomena in classical flat spacetime. Material objects so comprised must experience distortion of space and time when in motion because their most elemental constituent must always move at the speed of light. The Lorentz transformations predict and quantify that distortion. Academia never accepted the Lorentz version of relativity phenomena, but as we will show, academia always remains about 100 years behind new discoveries in physics. Consider the following developments as an indicator of academic lag. Aristotle proposed that the universe was a series of concentric spheres with the Earth at the center and with all the heavenly bodies embedded in successively larger spheres. This vision was upheld and defended by academia for hundreds of years. Ptolemy modified Aristotle's vision by placing the planets on epicycles to explain their wandering motion, and this endured for more hundreds of years. The Polish mathematician Copernicus devised a better plan with the sun at the center. Academia promptly trashed the Copernicus version. Isaac Newton formulated a universal theory of gravity in the 1600s. Newton's gravity showed cause and effect for the Copernicus view of the solar system. Academia finally accepted the Copernicus view of the solar system after it matched Newton's theory of gravity so well. So it should come as no surprise that academia still ignores Eddington's description of gravity. 100 years has not yet passed, but there is evidence that Eddington was correct. Dr. Albrecht Geis describes that evidence on his website. The late Dr. Tom Van Flandern was aware of Sir Arthur Eddington's version of gravity as an electromagnetic phenomenon and mentioned it on his website. Basically, the idea is that the path of light bends toward the direction where the speed of light is slower. Electromagnetic activity that comprises objects drag the objects toward sources of gravity. Here we have a cause of the strange behavior that the path of light bends twice as much as that of a material object. It seems unlikely that such a coincidence would exist. Couple this with the coincidence that an electric and magnetic construct of matter explains all relativity phenomena. The speed of light is determined by two constants of space, but these two constants are only constant in the absence of electric and magnetic charge. There is no place where these are absent. Since the path of light can bend, the speed of light cannot be constant. Light on the outside of the bend must move faster than light on the inside of the bend. Otherwise, no bending can take place. Electric permittivity and magnetic permeability are the two constants of space that determine the speed of light. They impede electromagnetic activity by slowing the rate of change of electric and magnetic amplitude. This provides a negative feedback mechanism for electromagnetic activity. This mechanism does not appear in established theory. This negative feedback mechanism reduces the force of gravity as gravity increases. The gravity increase with increased mass is less than it would otherwise be. The effect is that gravity must impede gravity, just as it must slow the speed of light. This notion is not yet accepted by academia. Established theory must always remain years behind creative thinking. Academia accepts the notion of gravitational time dilation. We can show another proof of this negative feedback in time dilation as the force of gravity increases. The equation for acceleration uses time as one of its elements. Infinite gravitational force would produce zero time, which would produce zero acceleration. Academia accepts this notion but avoids the paradox by ignoring relativity phenomena in common inertial frames. Real relativity phenomena, as in the Lorentz version, does not ignore relativity phenomena in common inertial frames. In Einstein's version of relativity, relativistic effects within a common frame of reference are ignored. This allows the idea of black holes. Not so with the Lorentz version of relativity. In the Lorentz version, gravity impedes gravity more and more as gravity increases. The force of gravity can never approach infinity. Black holes cannot exist. Gravity, as described by Sir Author Eddington, depends upon electromagnetic activity that originates within objects. A black hole that does not allow light to escape cannot allow gravity to escape either. Gravity, as a result of electromagnetic activity, forbids black hole formation. Many physicists at doctorate levels accept Sir Author Eddington's proposal of electromagnetic gravity as a possibility. Dr. Albrecht Geis independently concluded that electric and magnetic activity must produce gravity. He advanced the notion and provided the maths to describe it. Functioning clocks experience time as movement of pointers. Material objects experience time as a count of patterns that repeat in atoms that comprise the object. Each atom maintains its own count and experiences its own time. Even though present in the here and now, no two atoms in material objects need be the same age. The outside edge of a spinning wheel moves faster than the inside. Many great physicists never accepted quantum theory. Einstein never accepted it. Erwin Schrödinger never accepted it. Many physicists now doubt the validity of quantum theory, but they are difficult to find. Academia trashes anyone who shows opposition to quantum theory, just as they trash anyone who shows opposition to Big Bang theory. The academic transitions between accepted theories may come faster now that we have better communication between thinkers. Many now ridicule the Big Bang as a creation theory. Philosophers still consider quantum theory as philosophically unsound at its foundation. In summary, several ideas are presented here that are not yet accepted by academia, meaning mainstream physics. There is gravity as an electromagnetic process. There is gravity that impedes gravity. There is relativity phenomena in classic flat spacetime. There is time as a count of repeating patterns experienced by material objects. There are electric and magnetic constants of space that slow the speed of light by impeding electric and magnetic amplitude change. There is revival of the old idea that the final irreducible constituent of all physical reality is the electromagnetic field.